and welcome to probably the most fractured and frazzled review of the things that I've done. We don't really have time to do more than one take, essentially. So, right, you might remember last year, if you're old enough to remember that, we had, or young enough that your memory will allow you to remember that, long ago, or recent? I'm rambling already, this is bad, the bad start. Right, so last year, we had the Time Lord set, and we had, oh gosh, one of the other ones, it was the Revelation of the Daleks set. And I got those, and I made a review. I was like, hey, I think there might be a third set, but I don't have it, so I guess here's the review of just these two. And the day that that review went out, I got the other set with the two new series Daleks, or I got the paint prototypes of the two, and I had no idea what was going on. I made a review. It was very, I think I had like 2 hours to make that. Between, I was out for my lunch, and I was meeting a friend in the evening, and in between that I was like, I want to have this review out the day that the figures are announced. So that was, that wasn't really my fault. I got sent the things the day they were announced. I was like, if I want to make a review on the day of announcement, it has to be now. I can't blame anyone for this scenario but myself. I received these figures like a month ago, and they've sat in their boxes since then because I've been getting my bathroom renovated, and I've been on holiday, and I spent like 3 weeks just flat out making that Halloween video, the one with the train. For anyone that watches my non-Doctor Who figure videos, there was a Halloween video and I was on a train and it was very spooky. So, yeah, I did that. Then I came out here, and then I've been working on finishing off the little sort of decor parts of my bathroom since then. It's still not finished. In fact, I have about 45 minutes until I need to go and give the bathroom wall another coat of paint. So, you know, what a perfect time to make a video. My friend over at Gallifrey Customs just told me, hey, apparently the figures are being announced tomorrow. Oh no! So, yeah, this is a video. Let's just have a look at some figures. Let's pretend that we've made this way in advance, that I actually shot all the B-roll stuff, because I haven't at all. I've got some footage of them in their packaging, but decent shots of the figures, no. I'm sure everyone's interested in what I think. No one's interested in what I think. So yeah, there are 2 sets, but kind of there are 4. And these are the winter sets. We had the autumn sets, I think. I've not been in B&M for a while. Are they in stores? I hope so. I hope you managed to get them. I still don't have the Resurrection of the Daleks set. Remember I said, oh, I might get that and come back and do a review? No, not done that either. I'm a frizzle right now. Yeah, there's 2 sets, but kind of there's 4. We will have a look at the figures, and I will explain everything. So, just gonna lean out of frame to get some friends. There's a set. There is some Daleks. Here's some footage of the boxes with the Daleks in them. Just that might help smooth over the loose ends a little bit. Are you looking at the footage, the box? The packaging is more or less as it was, you know, in the previous couple of sets. We kind of have hit on a style that works. Is this rattling noise distracting? Maybe. So yeah, so basically this set is from The Parting of the Ways, and it's got a Goldie boy. It's just more or less your standard gold Dalek. Now, that gold Dalek that I had from Dalek is not quite as the figure ended up being released. I think this is probably closer to what we had. So it's just kind of generally one of these. I don't have anything to perfectly compare him with, but this is the paint prototype of last year's Golden Dalek, and they're quite different, but the one that they ended up releasing I think was more like this. So that's a meaningless comparison, I know, but basically in a nutshell, it's just a normal Dalek. It's run-of-the-mill. It's nice to have a few, because really this is the only one that's sort of standard Dalek I had. I had the big Finnish style ones. There's the gold with black hemispheres, and there's gold with silver hemispheres, and the black head, silver head, respectively. But I only had one. I also had the mutant handprint one, but that was the original sculpt where it's all disproportionate. I don't know if anyone noticed this, but in 2008 they replaced the sculpt, and I didn't get a figure of a new series Dalek between then and I don't know, 4 years ago. Was it 4 years ago the B&M figures, the Big Finish ones, or was it 4 or 5 years ago anyway? But now I've got two standard guys, and they're similar but not identical. The thing is, I'm not sure how much there is to say about it. This is very much a standard. I think the colours. Oh, I tell you the big difference. Actually, ignore what I've just said. So the one thing that they changed between Dalek and the Parting of the Ways is this waistband was painted gold. You know, there's bronze and the gold, and it's painted gold like the gold bits. By Parting of the Ways, it was bronze, like the body of the Dalek. So that's the main difference. The bases are different shades of grey, but I don't know if that... I don't have the proper released version. I was going to get it because I thought, that's quite nice. But I didn't. I've been spending too much money recently, and I had one. I was like, well, I've got it. Why would I get another one? So, anyway, I say that, as you will quickly see, I am going to have to buy this set again. But I will explain that in a second. So the other Dalek is much more interesting. I didn't know this was even a thing, but Eagle Moss have made a figure of this guy, and I think this would be more in focus if I really like the colours of this. The gold on the black always makes me think of the movies. I know that's gold and silver alternate, but yeah. So this is bronze shoulders with the gold waistband, interestingly enough, unlike the other one, which is bronze waistband, gold slats, bronze shoulders, bronze neck rings, black head, black base, gold hemispheres. And, yeah, I didn't know this guy existed. I've not been able to see any really decent pictures, but Eagle must have made a figure of him. Character Options have now made a figure of him. Sure, he probably exists. I'd quite like one of the, this guy, but with the black head. Character Options, if you feel like releasing another set from this, I wouldn't mind one of them. This is nice. This is, to be honest, this is the most, normal Dalek I've got, new series Dalek. This is, the most normal one. So this is nice to have as well. I've alluded to there being 4 sets, and I've alluded to I'm going to need to get this again. There's two versions of both sets, basically. There's the standard version, which in this case is these two guys, and there's a chase version of each set. I've only been given the start. I mean, I say only. That makes me sound really entitled. I'm amazed I've been given anything, but yeah, the one I've been given is the standard version, and I really, really want that chase version. So I am going to go to B&M in January, probably, once I've got my January money. And I'm going to buy this again because, sure. The chase version has a claw arm, an assault claw, and I've seen a picture of it. This is due to be announced tomorrow. Whatever day you're watching this, you might watch it after. Whatever day this goes out, it was announced today. I hope they don't contradict me, but I have seen pictures of the chase variant. And it's got the assault claw, and they've never released the assault claw on a normal Dalek. That was on the weird disproportionate Dalek from pre-2008. So I really want that. Out of all of the figures that are in this sort of B&M wave, that's the one I want the most. So yeah, I'm just going to buy this again. I'm very happy to have this normal guy. I can live with having 2 of these. Probably, I don't know, if a friend of mine's like, hey, can I have your spare? I'd be like, yeah, fair. Because I'm a poet. And I didn't even realise that I had that ability within me. But that's, yeah, so yeah. I have this set. I don't have the other set, but there is 2 versions. I feel like everyone's going to want the Assault Claw version. I mean, I know it's it's been ages since we've had a really bog standard, normal Dalek. It's been a while. So, that's good to have, but, everyone's going to want the Assault Claw. Everyone's going to want that. I don't know what the tone I'm going for with this video is at all. I seem very dismissive. I'm just stressed. Moving on. Set number 2/3 and 4, I guess, if that was 1 and 2. We have got... Heck, what is it called? It has a name. Friend and Foes of the Doctor. Collector figure. Well, that is not generic at all. That couldn't describe almost every set. If I keep this up, I'm never going to get sent anything again. It is a nice set, but we'll have a look. Let's just take a little looky-loo. How long have I got? I've got 35 minutes until I need to go paint the bathroom again. So yeah, it's a set. It's not specific to any one Doctor. It's not specific to any one theme, really. It's got a friend. It's got some foes. It's got a Cyberboy, and I always love one of them. So now I've been actually to try and salvage some sense of positive. I'm usually like super positive. I've picked the worst day to make a review. So I've been wanting this. Oh gosh, when was this released? 2011, 2012? Well over a decade ago. They released a bunch of Cybermen from Series 6. Most of them were from Closing Time, which of course isn't canon because it doesn't have any known writer who created it. But they also put out this Cyberman, which is like this sort of clean one, and it doesn't have the Cybus logo, it's just got this plain circle. And ooh, I'll let it focus. Yeah, so this was released and it was like a really small number. It was sold very fast, very hard to get. Like second hand, it's quite expensive. And I was like, of all the Cybermen, they could be re-released. So obviously I'd love a Wheel in Space Cyberman. To be honest, I'd really like it if they re-released the Revenge Cybermen because I don't have them. But of all the new series Cybermen that they could re-release, this is the one we most needed. Aside from the circle, he's very similar to... This is a figure from way back in 2006, I think. This isn't my first Cyberman. I picked this one because this is the one that doesn't have the... my first Cyberman figure had the guns on the arm and this one doesn't. And neither does this one. But he doesn't need guns on his arm because he comes armed with a gun that is... it's pretty extra. It's... So here's my issue, is that it's really hard to get him to hold it. I mean, he'll make a fair go at it. Gosh, that looks... this is so unnecessary. I think they must have had the guns at some point. I've not had the time to go back and check and see. But it's... Yeah, this is a fun little guy. He's a Cyberman. He's got a big old gun. I mean, this is the main draw of the set for me. I always wanted this sort of non-Cybus branded Cyberman. The stupid gun is just like an extra, but it is an extra. And it's, as I said, pretty extra. So, I'm talking nonsense again. But then, what am I not? So, the big sort of, I imagine, draw off this set is we've got a new version of River Song, who I'm holding really far away from the camera for now. The body is, I think... Pretty sure this is the Series 5 River Song figure painted black with there's a new belt sculpted on that is a little on the loose side, but you know, oops, her hips don't lie and it does seem to stay up. It's just narrow enough that it's not going to fall off her hips, but it is very 1989 Batman, you know, he turns around and the belt falls down. It's pretty loose. Gosh, I mean, that's never going to focus, is it? That's just like black nothingness. What if I duck myself out of frame? Is that any good? Oh yeah, that kind of focuses. So there's just a bunch of stuff on a belt. I mean, what's this meant to be? It's like two purses, a sort of metal cylinder and a metal thing. I'm not really sure what they're meant to be. She does sometimes have stuff. It's probably stuff. The belt material is glossy. The gun holster she's got on her leg is glossy. The boots are glossy. The rest of the outfit's a sort of satin-ish finish. The other thing apart from the belt that's new is the head. It's a brand new head sculpt that you don't even know or own. Okay, I've had to do a lot of manoeuvring and I'm lying out of frame. But yeah, so this is this new head sculpt. And it's... So I have kind of mixed thoughts on this. The actual sculpt, I think, is pretty good. It looks like her, I think. I think that's a decent likeness. The sort of realisation of it, I'm not so sure. I've been quite full of praise for this thing we've had recently where the skin's been sculpted in skin tone plastic, and then the details painted on instead of sculpted in whatever and then painted over and like entirely with skin tone. And this has been the first of the new ones where I'm not sure it really works. It's veering into waxy. The finish is a bit shiny. Here's, for comparison, the Series 4 River Song figure. The only other... I wish I had the Series 5 one to like compare with. I don't. I've got the Series 4 one. But, oh, that's focusing alright. So yeah, she's just... I don't know, it just makes her a little bit too shiny. She looks a bit too plasticky. I think they've just, I don't know, used a different type of plastic maybe. It's shinier. It's just, it's not bad, but it could be better. Hopefully, because like, if we look at Cullen, his face is, it's just, I don't know, it's just slightly less, it is a bit shiny, I guess. I say if we look at Cullen, and I look at Cullen like behind my hand, just surreptitiously. So yeah, that's it. She's a little bit too shiny, and I feel like they've made her a bit too pale. I don't think Alex Kingston's as light as that. The skin tone seems a bit off. The hair's a little bit light, maybe. The skin's definitely, I think, too light. So the sculpt is good. Like, undeniably, that is Alex Kingston. I think that looks better than the Series 4 one, to be honest. It's more identifiable as Alex Kingston. But the shininess and the colour they've gone for slightly let it down. The black outfit, I mean, I'm not going to spend ages analysing the tiny... So basically, this is supposed to be from the Pandora Opens. It's supposed to be from the opening scene of the Pandora Opens, and she's in like a black outfit, and she goes about doing some sneaky spy stuff. And yeah, she wears a black outfit, and this is meant to be that. But obviously this is just her outfit from later in the story, painted black, and presumably those aren't just identical outfits in different colours. I don't have time to go back and check, but is it? I don't know. Tell you what, let me know in the comments below. Have you studied Alex Kingston's outfits better than I have? Maybe. Then she's gone. She's off. She also comes with a blaster. Oh, I better pick her up. Yeah, she comes with a blaster. It goes in her little holster, so that's handy if she doesn't want to hold it. You know, sometimes these things are heavy. They're heavy props. Sometimes, and it's, you know, it's right there. She can just grab it if she needs it. It's fine. She's having a lovely day. So am I. So the third figure has nothing to do with my bathroom being redecorated, and has everything to do with the actual theme of this set, which is figures from stories written by Stephen Moffat. You know, we had John Goodman Goes to War, Cyberman. So I'm pretty sure that's the story that we had the clean version of that Cyberman in. Like, they definitely didn't have big guns in closing time. I don't think they did. But I mean, A Good Man Goes to War is just... I know I have at least one friend that really likes A Good Man Goes to War. I don't. Sorry. But yeah, so it's anyway, the Clockwork Man, it's from the Girl in the Fireplace. Now this is a figure that is a new version of an existing figure. We have had, not including this one, 3, including this one, 4 Clockwork guys. What are they called? Clockwork droids? Clockwork... I mean, my brain says Clockwork Man, but some of them were women. What do you call it? What are we going with? Clockwork Man. Okay, fine, it's a Clockwork Man. My memory was that they were called Clockwork droids at some point, but honestly, it doesn't matter what they're called. The nomenclature is the least important part of this video. So yeah, I only have one of the old... I'm tantalisingly wiggling this. I'm not really showing it, am I? I only had one of the previous 3. I had the black one, which is... For some reason, a sculpt they've never reused before. He's got the jacket buttoned up, and he looks like this from behind, and this guy looks like this from behind. Yeah, they did 2 sculpts, this one and a blue one, and there were different sculpts and there were different colours. And then they did a re-release of the blue one with a purple coat and trousers and like a cream waistcoat. And now they've re-released that one again, and this time he's all cream and gold. It's quite nice. It's a nice colour scheme. I think the two of them look pretty good together. I think if you have all four, it's probably going to be more noticeable that it's one of this and three of this. But I've only got one of this and one of this, and that's, well, I say that, I've got two of this. But we'll get to that. Like with all the versions of this, it comes with a big old knife thing and it slots into his hand. This is the old one. And I'm demonstrating with the old one, first of all, because the QC on this it's not the best. I had trouble finding the slot that this is meant to go into, so the hands seem thicker and the cuffs seem thicker. I don't know if they are, if it's just... I don't know, but I needed to twist the hand to find it. But anyway, it just slides in. There's a little hole. You're never going to see it on camera. There's a little hole just in on this side of the hand, and it just slides in just like that. And he can just do that, and he's having a nice day. I'm having a nice day. And he also his head comes off, and underneath he's got this. I think that's really neat. I think probably it's one of the perks of being based on an early sculpt when, like, I feel like there's maybe more budget for a while. I say that as if that last lot of figures I reviewed, the series 1 figures aren't like super high budget looking, but like some of these early figures in the sort of the 2000s part, you know, we had like Morbius, like that's like bits where you've got like clear parts and things inside the clear parts. I feel like you don't see much of that anymore. Maybe it's because we don't have many creatures in the show to make figures off that are like that. But yeah, so that's the gist of this set, is a Cyberman and River Song and this creamy guy. But the thing is, there is also another version of this set. Much like with the Daleks, there is a chase variant. Ooh. And the chase variant with the Dalek isn't a variant from the chase. You'd think it might be, because that's a Dalek story, but no. And this set, I do have... I made the mistake of opening it up before I started the video, so I can't... Here's some B-roll of the two sets next to each other, just to clarify that there are two of these, because I'm not shuffling around with these just now. Can you tell I'm a little bit frazzled today? A little bit frazzled. Yeah, so the only difference is the Cyberman, and it's a Cyber Leader. He's got the black handlebars, and that's quite fun. So you get this is very similar to what they did with the 5 Doctors set back in, 2021. We had Tartan Pertwee, we had Raston Warrior Robot, and there's 2 versions. You could either have the Cyber Leader or the regular Cyberman. I got the Cyber... I think I got the Cyber Leader. I must have got the Cyber Leaders. Yeah, I got the Cyber Leader set. This is not... I say that as if they're over there. All my Cybermen are on a shelf directly in front of me, but it's all a blur. My vision's just like... So, yeah. We had a Cyber Leader. We had a regular Cyberman. And we've done it again. But yeah, so that's basically the gist of it. It's the same set. I guess that's your sort of decision to make. This one I feel like could go either way, because this is a nice thing to have that was really, hard to get, and now they've re-released it. But this is a new thing. I don't think we've had this before. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think there's been... Oh, and that's gone as well. I don't think there's been a Cyber Leader of this version of the Cyberman. Has there even been a Cyber Leader of... There has... Yes. I was going to say, has there been a Cyber Leader of the Cybus version? There was. It was in the Dalek Battle Pack. There's the one with Disco 9, and there's Disco Rose with the Dayglow hair. And then the 3rd version had a Cyberman in it. And also, incidentally, that Dalek Battle Pack had a Dalek very, very similar to this guy. It all comes full circle. So I've been talking for like 25 minutes. That's more than enough of me. I'm going to very soon go and paint my bathroom again, presuming the wallpaper hasn't peeled back off the wall again. These sets are going to be available, I guess, soon. B&M distribution, let's be honest, could be better. So I hope, if And if you're looking for these sets, I hope you find them. If you're not looking for these sets, then I guess I hope you just have a nice day. Sorry that this video is a bit all over the place. Like I said, we had me being stressed out about B&M sets last year in October, and is it October? It's November now. Gosh, I don't know if I'm coming or going. Yeah, I was like, I don't have time to make this review before I go away on holiday. I'll make it when I get back. Then I forgot about it, and I did open the Daleks before I went away. I didn't open the other set. I opened that like seconds before I started recording. So you got to learn with me what I thought of these figures, because I didn't know either. General thoughts. Daleks, nice, but the chase version is better. The black and gold Daleks are really nice. Both of them, to be honest, are really nice, but like that claw Dalek, I want this in my life. The other set it's alright. It's got some stuff that people might like. New version of Clockwork Man, I quite like. I have 3 scarecrows these days, and they're all, I think, two different sculpts of them, and I got 3 of them. So, it works fine with the scarecrows. It works fine with the Clockwork guys. River Song is nearly a pretty good figure. It's just, I don't know, the plastic isn't the best. It's kind of reminiscent of Waxy Sim Master, where he was just like made of wax. She's not as bad as Waxy Master, I'll say that. She's slightly less waxical, but I'd say this is the least well done of that type of face that we've had. But they can't all be a winner. And it's still nice to have, especially since for me I don't have the original Series 5 River Song, so it's nice to have a River Song from Matt Smith's era, or anything that's not just that spacesuit River Song. So it's nice enough to have. Glad I've got it. I don't really need 2, but I've got a friend that just wants River Song, so Merry Christmas Skiffle Bits. So that's about it really. My reviews are bad, but people seem to watch them as long as they don't have the figures themselves. Once they've got the figures themselves, they can chaotically ramble about them to themselves. Whereas, when they don't have them, they might want to hear me chaotically ramble about them. Maybe they don't. There is no ending to this video. Figures good. Bye.